did it. They did it. They're still alive. Isn't over. Before we get into the playoff relegation, let me get into the last game a little bit. I didn't make a post game, and that'll lead you into the circumstances that Wehen Wiesbaden finds themselves in right now. It's actually kind of amusing. I went over all the scenarios that what Wehen had to do or what had to happen for them to survive to the playoff relegation, because that's the best they could have done after the hole that's been dug. There was one scenario I didn't come up with. They lose and Hansa Rostock loses, and that would have been okay too. And the crazy thing about that is I was actually in the stands watching the Hansa Rostock game, and it was delayed because the hooligans were trying to burn the stadium down. It was getting real crazy, sort of like the Bielefeld thing did for us last year. And they pulled the goalie hockey style, and he actually took a shot on goal with seconds to go, and it just missed the net. I don't think that would have been enough. They would have needed another one over that, but that was like close enough. But yeah, Wehen Wiesbaden survived. As you can see, I was there. It was actually a really good game. I'm actually pretty proud of the way they played the champions. And while it's really weird to watch champions crowned on your home field, I wasn't really unsatisfied with the play. Ever since Niels Doring has taken over, even though there has been losses, it has definitely been different passing team since he took over, and a much more ambitious team. But just like under the previous administration, they can't finish. As you can see right here, Kovacevic got a goal in the 10th minute, looking really good, taking it right to him, just like we did with Holstein Kiel. This is a much bigger club. This was a club that was guaranteed promotion. This is a club that was fighting for a title. And I'm going to bring this player up later. He gets a corner kick from Keenan Bennett, the Englishman, bounces around a little bit. Kovacevic finds their spot and finishes it. Really happy for him. There's been a bunch of guys kind of rotating in and out of his spot, from Lee to Iredale to all over the place. It's never really settled, but it was nice to see Kovacevic jump in there. He had a brace early in the year, and I actually really like him. But as you can see, once the second hand started, St. Pauli does what they do. They find ways to win, and they ended up winning the championship. The other thing that was sort of interesting, that Niels Doring, and I was very close to him, only a couple rows back. I don't know what he said to the extra official. I saw him kick a water bottle, and he got insta red carded. He will not be in the first Regensburg game unless something has changed that I don't know about at the time of this recording. No, Niels Doring, the coach who just taken over Wehen Wiesbaden, will be benched the first game, and we'll see him in the second leg in Wiesbaden. And that's pretty wild. Now, I thought it was because they red carded because he kicked a water bottle, but apparently there was some referee abuse. I don't know. Niels, he was the assistant coach the last 2 years. He's very much a hothead. I've sat behind where those guys sit, and I've heard him kind of punch up of what I'm American, so I'd call it a dugout, and punch the. He's a very fiery, passionate dude, and unfortunately, he won't be seeing the next game. So we did it. Still alive. Isn't over. We got 2 extra games to settle this, to find out who belongs in the second league, who belongs in the third league, and I got to be honest with you, and I think the boys at Wehen would agree with you. If they can't finish this, they don't belong in the second league. They've gotten plenty of opportunities. They've had a collapse since March, and if you ask me, even a little earlier than that, I would say as late as it started. I think it started with Braunschweig, to be honest with you, in December, or late November, December. This is it. I am feeling good about it. That's all I wanted was one more shot, and we have it. And last year with Bielefeld, As Hassan Makhanab said to me, they're a playoff team. They know how to win playoff games. Now's the time to prove it. That being said, I wasn't crazy about getting Regensburg. I would have rather picked another team, but here we are. Okay, as you can see right here, we're only a couple hours away for the start of this game in Regensburg. Injury to note, Nico Rebel, he's been kind of on and off the bench all season. I do think it's a much bigger deal that Barkey Jakobsen, I hope I'm saying his name right, the Great Dane. He's got red hair. If you ever seen FIFA, he's got that strawberry blonde hair going on. He's a tall drink of water too. He's a big boy. I am much more comfortable with him being next to Hauser than I'm not, and I at least like having him come off the bench. This is, I wouldn't say a monstrous injury, but with my personal opinion, I'm a little more comfortable with Jakobsen being there. It is unfortunate that he seems to be out for the rest of the season. He was actually coming off a red card, and hey, you know, defensive players take red cards and stuff like that. I'm not going to jump on him for that. And then, sure enough, he must have gotten injured during practice or maybe during a game or something like that. We'll miss you, Mr. Dude. Why don't you get a real name like Jacobson? The Great Dane will miss you, buddy. I'm sure you'll be there in spirit. He did a lot for them last year in the third league. I would always love seeing Jakobsen in there, and it's a loss. It's definitely a loss, and it's a noteworthy loss. Key player of the game, my personal opinion, would be Keenan Bennett. Keenan has had a rough season. He comes from mighty old England. He played with Ipswich in the championship. And it's strange enough, I have another YouTube channel where I actually make money. And I had an Ipswich fan, it's not even a football channel, tell me that Keenan is very fast and he shows a lot of promise. The problem with Keenan is he gets hurt, and he was hurt in preseason, and then he got hurt later in the season. I saw him get hurt in a game, and I could see in his face he knew he was going to be out for some time, and he just recently came back. He's had a real positive impact on the team since he's been back. He does make things happen. He does have the ability to create, which is something Wiesbaden's been lacking all season. One of the things I noticed in the last game, and it ended up as a Kovacevic goal, was Keenan taking corner kicks. I am a lot more comfortable with him taking corner kicks than I am Robin Hauser. Now, I'm sure Robin Hauser will still be taking free kicks, but I like the way Keenan strikes the ball a lot more. And then you have that added element of speed and play creation. The problem is with Keenan, you never know what Keenan you're going to get. I believe the pressure of this game will rise his game up. And I do believe that he has the ability to make it happen. And he was one of the brightest spots of preseason, and I went to every single preseason game that I could. I think I only missed one, and it was actually across the street at Biebrisch No Fear. And the reason I wasn't there is because I complained about a coach over there being drunk in front of my kid, and they kicked my kid off the team. So I didn't go to that one. Other than that, I've seen this guy. This guy was one of the brightest spots, and I think he's going to be huge key to this game. This is the player of the game. This is the guy that I think will make the biggest impact. I think this is what they need the most. They need a top flight Keenan Bennett. This is what the lineup looked like in the last game. As you see, I just mentioned Bennett over here in left midfield. I can't see the. I have trouble with his name. I expect him to be in the lineup with Patine. Yes, he only has one goal, but they just recently figured out that this guy's an impact player. I don't know who's going to be in here. Kovacevic spot. This could be Lee. This could be Kovacevic. I mean, he did have a goal in the last game. Maybe he'll be rewarded. I feel comfortable with Kovacevic. in there. Obviously, Fenchner, he'll have a sealed spot because Jakobsen is gone. I have no issues with these guys down here. As strange it is, we don't lose games by much. We have excellent center backs. You can go check the stats. We one goal at the most. I have the upward confidence, and as you can see, Vukotic, the guy's huge. He looks like Frankenstein, for Christ's sakes. He's good for a goal in a corner once in a while. You can see he popped 2 this year. And Stritzel, he's a darling of the team. He's one of the best goalies in the second league. I don't see the lineup being too much different than this. They have fooled around in this this forward spot right here a little bit, but that's the only thing I see, and this is what we got. This is what we got to go with. So let's go with it. Can they feed the man? The only guy in double digits, Yvonne Platine. And that's going to be key, and it's going to be key. I thought Platine was a little off last game, and if he can find a way to finish, he's been our best finisher this year. And there was a few, maybe it's always subjective whether you should be able to put it in or not. I was more critical of some of his passing and some of the choices he made, but he definitely has the ability to. It just really matters if you get him the ball in the right spot, because if you do, he can finish. And that's what I'm hoping for. Now that's the good stuff. Let's get to the bad stuff. Wawaweewa. Holy Christmas. They haven't won a game in the last 6. Last game, I was actually in Kaiserslautern. They tied it up with Kaiserslautern. And, especially this Gunther Firth, unacceptable. But you can see it's not like we get blown out. And we take good teams to the brink. We came this close of taking St. Pauli's title away from them. We played. It was really weird after St. Pauli game. St. Pauli, everybody got what they wanted. Wiesbaden got to get one more shot. St. Pauli won their championship. I was down at the bar shaking hands with St. Pauli fans, if you can believe that. Those commies are quite friendly. And, we shook some hands, and everybody got what they wanted. I was happy for St. Pauli. And they were happy for us, and they were saying, go get Regensburg. Take them out. Take them out. But this isn't good. There's nothing you can do about this, though. It's over. It's done with. It's the past. It's only the playoffs right now. Regensburg's not so hot either. No, they're not. They haven't been playing so well either. And they're a very interesting team from last year. Let's see if I got this. They got relegated last year, and they got relegated last year, and they just cleared out the whole team, I think, except for one player. Spent most of the year at the top of the third league. Most of it. And only recently, sort of like Wiesbaden, have kind of started to tumble, but they built, so many wins up, so many points up, that they only tumbled to a playoff relegation spot. Remember, they're trying to come up. We're trying to stay up. So, in a lot of ways, the team from the bottom has the momentum. It's not a team I really wanted to play. It's young. It's new. And they believe in themselves. I would rather got a Munster or something like that. I didn't get that. But I don't believe for a minute that Wehen's not going to take these guys seriously, because, by the way, they were in this relegation playoff last year on Regensburg's end. They know how it feels. They know, and there's still a lot of guys on the other team, and on last year's team. They know how to win. They know how to win. They know the pressure. They just are on a different side of it this time. Now, let's talk about what we're up against. Regensburg. I picked an impact player, a guy you got to watch. Dominic Kother. I bet there's not a TH in there, considering the guy's German, but we'll call him Kother for Kota or something like that. I can see my German teacher yelling at me. 9. So here we go. This guy's got 10 goals and 10 assists, and this is the guy. He's got the best rating on the team, and he's the guy you got to watch out for. Born in 2000 makes me feel old, let me tell you. 24 years old. this is the guy. He's going to be coming up the left, and he has the ability to play the right. This is the guy you got to watch out for. This is their deadliest weapon. And again, I was talking about Regensburg before. They're kind of an interesting team, whereas, they just scrapped the team last year, rebuilt. You do something like that, you risk going down to you get relegated to the regionals. They managed to kind of keep them all, start a new momentum and stay at the top of the table. And like I said, only recently kind of fell. And that's why I'm a little, that young guys believe in themselves. That can be a really dangerous thing, even for grizzled, winning, graybeard vets. So, but again, I can't see, after everything that Wehen's been through, I cannot see them not taking this team seriously. It might as well be a second league team. They better look at it that way, or they're going to get punished. Something I found noteworthy as an American, Joe Enochs. He's the coach for Regensburg, and he's a red, white, and blue American. I'm going to beat you, bitch. All right. There he is. No, Joe Enochs, he's actually played some pro ball over here. As you can see, a very younger Enochs. Wasn't that the name of the guy from Boardwalk Empire? The Irish-American gangster? All right, gangster. Yeah, he's played games in the Pokal, Second Bundesliga, Regional North. He's a pro. And looking at it, he was a pro pre-MLS days. It's hard for Americans to break into second, even regional leagues over here. I wonder if he's a military brat. California. Yeah, I got the German version up. Normally, I'd be rooting for you, bro. We got that red, white, and blue. Not today. Not happening. We can get you. But good luck to Joe Enochs in Regensburg and all that good stuff. I thought that was interesting because Americans in football are like unicorns. Got it. This is it. This is where we find ourselves. Everything happened before this doesn't matter. We have 2 games, 2 legs to make this right. The only mission this year was to stay in the second league. And by a halfway point, we were in the middle of the table, very, very safe. Things fell apart. Looked grim. We're Hansa Rostock win away from getting sent right back down, and all that work from 2023 would have been for nothing. Well, not nothing. Doesn't hurt to get in Coach Macau. But we have that second chance. This team has a heart of a lion. It's not easy being a team that just recently promoted. Ask Osnabrück. It ain't easy. We were looking safe. We were looking clean. Didn't happen. But now, this is it. Jahn Regensburg. And I'm asking, a lot of you locals might not consider me a real fan. For Christ's sakes, in Halberg, in Wehen, in Tannenstein, they don't even like us Wiesbadeners. Much less an American one. But I know your pain. I do. And it's time for us to unite. Absolutely. Wehen, Tannenstein, Wehen, Wiesbaden, unite. Now's the time. This is a big deal. We draw well in those stands. The kids my age, they're seeing it. They're going to start supporting this team in the future. We got to win. Time to unite. Forget all that city, village rivalry. Same team. And I know how you feel. My team was taken away from me, the New York Cosmos. They dissolved. 1996, I got Metro Stars, went to games, fell in love with it. They changed their name to a goddamn soft drink. That sucks. Sucks losing your team and moving to Wiesbaden, but it's time to unite. The time is now. I ain't joking. Forget all that. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.